In today's reading video, let's continue with the next chapter, that is natural resources. First subtopic, natural vegetation. Till now, we have completed Indian polity, history, and Indian economy. From the Lucent GK objective, you can find the playlists over here. Open the playlist and play them according to the sequence so that you cannot miss any of the lectures. Okay, thank you. Vegetation. First one is matching. List one of the regions and list two of the characteristic vegetation: selvas, tropophytes, savanna, grasses and trees, tundra, mosses and lichens, monsoon land, that is epiphytes. Which of the following is or unique characteristics of equatorial forests? Correct answer using the codes. Presence of tall, closely set trees with crowns forming a continuous canopy, right? Coexistence of a large number of species, true. Presence of numerous varieties of epiphytes. All of these are correct statements. Name the condition which influences the development of plants into distinctive forms. So those are climatic conditions. The vegetation type characterized by a large expanse of grassland with scattered trees and shrubs lying between tropical rainforests and tropical steppes and deserts and flat-top trees is called mid-latitude grassland. Which of the following is known for extensive tropical rainforest? Congo Basin. Consider the following statements regarding equatorial forests. Okay, these equatorial forests, they consist mostly of hardwood trees. True. In very dense areas and undergrowth is absent. No, false. There is segregation of the small species of trees. True. Lumbering is well developed in these forests of this statement. No, false. 1 and 3 are the correct statements. Regarding equatorial forests, most part of Central Africa is forested because the equator passes through the middle of the region. Next, matching. List one are the weathering and list two affected morphogenetic regions. Maximum frost action, periglacial. Maximum mechanical weathering, arid. Maximum chemical weathering, humid tropics. Seasonal maximum chemical weathering, tropical wet dry, that is savanna. Next, assertion and region. Mangroves are very specialized forest ecosystems of the tropical and subtropical regions bordering certain seacoasts. True. They stabilize the shoreline and act as bulwark against encroachment by sea. Region is also true, and this is the correct explanation for assertion. Most intensive farming is practiced in Japan. Okay. The greatest diversity of animal and species occurs in tropical moist forest. The minimum forest cover to maintain ecological balance is 33%. Which of the following countries in Africa has luxurious tropical rainforests? There is Ivory Coast. Another matching, list one is climatic conditions and list two tree species. Temperate climate conditions, spruce, hot deserts, acacia, equatorial region, mahogany, Mediterranean region, oak trees. Which of the following countries in Africa has luxurious tropical rainforests? Ivory Coast. Plants of tropical and subtropical regions are called vegatherms. Plants which can tolerate considerable changes in moisture conditions are called tropophytes. Plant associations are flowers. Bananas grown in the tropical zones. Plants which lack true roots, stems, and leaves are called thallophytes. Trees in tropical deciduous forests shed their leaves in the dry season. Hardwood Hardwood tree like mahogany and ebony are found in equatorial forest. Olive tree is typically of Mediterranean forest. The lower limit of the growing season is fixed by a temperature of 6 degrees Celsius. Xerophytes can tolerate and withstand the drought conditions. Give some examples of xerophytes in the comments. Xerophytes are plants which can grow in regions having low moisture. Deciduous forest is a region which has trees which shed their leaves. Natural vegetation of an area needs to be preserved for the future mainly for purpose of providing material for breeding new species. In the evergreen forest, rainfall should be heavy. Thick stems and thorny coated leaves are commonly found in deserts. Sal and teak are commonly found in monsoon forest. Maximum number of species occur in equatorial forest. Tropophytes can withstand alternate deficit and surplus torus conditions. Coniferous forest regions are well developed in podzol soils. How much of Earth's surface is covered by the forest? That is 30%. Mangrove forests occur mainly in estuaries of rivers. The most important commercial use of forests is due to manufacture of wood pulp and paper. Which type of rubber provides the best commercial rubber? That is Castillo. Uh, which of the following countries ranks first in producing teak? That is Thailand. What is the production of para rubber tree? 2 to 10 pounds a year. Rubber plantations are found in equatorial forest regions. Mention the softwood producing regions. Those are temperate regions. Camphor is a kind of resin. Camphor is used for turpentine oil. Which of the following is softwood from coniferous forests? That is pine. The largest exporter of wood pulp is Canada. The tundra region is economically important for fur-bearing animals. Equatorial forest of the Amazon basin is known as selvas. Sal, teak, and sandalwood grow well in monsoon forests. Coniferous forests are most extensive in Russia. Tundras are cold deserts. Monsoon forests are commercially exploited to a greater extent than the equatorial forests mainly because forests contain pure strands of valuable trees like teak, sandalwood, etc. A common plant found in tropical rainforests is orchid. Sandalwood trees are mostly found in tropical thorn forests. The highest biodiversity is found in which climate? Equatorial. Of the solar energy coming into the biosphere, what percent of it is actually used in the photosynthesis? It is less than 1%. The most dangerous consequence of excessive deforestation is soil erosion. An ideal example of sustainable resource is agroforestation. Consider the following statements. Chaparral biomes develop under conditions of high moisture with less pronounced differences in the temperature between summer and winter, no falls. Moist temperate coniferous forest biomes occur along the west coast of North America from central California to Alaska. Second one is true. Among the following types of ecosystems, the annual average rate of net plant production is highest in temperate forest. The most important reason for building forest resources today is overfelling. Consider the following statements regarding equatorial forests. They consist mostly of hardwood trees. True. In very dense areas, underground is absent. True. There is segregation of the small species of trees. False. Lumbering is well developed in this forest. False. 1 and 2 are the correct statements. In which of the following countries has maximum damage of the forests been caused by acid rains? In Poland. Which of the following statements is correct? While most hardwoods are either deciduous or evergreen, softwood is usually coniferous in characteristics. The vegetation which survives on aerial roots is mangrove. Which one of the following statements is not true of coniferous forests? True trunks of this region are quite thick and are covered with thick barks so as to protect them from the dryness of the summer season. Next matching list one are altitudinal location of Mount Kilimanjaro and list are the vegetation types. Higher slopes, alpine grasses; middle slopes, forest; lower slopes, savannas; foothill zones, dry grasslands. Next matching, list one is the humidity provinces and list two the characteristic natural vegetation. wet, rainforest, humid, forest, semi-arid, steppes, arid, scrubs. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Okay. Salt, tropical deciduous, true. Pine, coniferous, right. Teak, evergreen forest, no. Teak belongs to which type of forest? Mention that in the comments. Cactus belong to desert type. Yes, 1, 2, and 4 are the correct codes. Next, assertion and reason. The boundary marking the termination of tree growth is known as the timberline. True. Its location is determined by the amount of moisture, exposure, evaporation, and depth of the snow. This is also true, and this is the correct explanation for assertion. Next is the matching. List one vegetation type and list two are the regions. Caatinga, that is eastern Brazil. Downs, that is Australia. Marquise, that is Algeria. Veldt, that is South Africa. Next, which of the following leaf modification occur in the desert areas to inhibit water loss? Hard and waxy leaves, right? Tiny leaves or no leaves, right? Drip tip leaves, no, this is false. Thorn instead of leaves, true. 1, 2, and 4 are the correct modifications. Consider the following statements. Mahogany is a native of the equatorial forest, true. Cactus plants are natives of area of heavy precipitation, no false. Fir trees are found widely in the Amazon basin, now. Tea is the plant of cool dry climates, no false. Sorry. Only one is the correct option. Next, social forestry aims at adopting measures for the maximum uh, utilization of forest products. Which of the following factors caused the recent depletion of rain in Indonesia? There is forest fire in peat bogs in marshy areas. This is the old one. Neglect this. Okay, mention in the comments that what is the main reason for the mm, fires that occur in the forests, in the thick forests, majorly in the summers. Mention that reason in the comments. Which one of the following commercially important groups of trees belong to cool temperate hardwood species? It's ebony, oak, and poplar. Which one of the following pairs is correctly matched? Mediterranean olive trees. Bamboo and pine trees are generally found in which one of the following types of climates? There is a tropical monsoon. In eastern Himalayas, the subtropical broad-leaved forests are commonly found between the altitudes ranging from 1000 to 2000 meters. Match the list one with the list two trees and the vegetation type. Salt deciduous, tropical moist deciduous, acacia, tropical dry, sundari, littoral and swamp, juniper, that is alpine forest. Next is assertion and reason. The tundra environment is characterized by a few important climatic and environmental elements. True. The tundra biomes are found in Arctic or alpine regions. This is also true, but this is not the explanation for assertion. The important species of the Mediterranean biome are pine, cedar, and fir. Tidal forest is otherwise called as mangrove forest. What is the percentage coverage of the tropical forest on Earth's landmass? That is 12. Match the list one with the list two. List one are the regions and list two are the characteristics. Selvas, tropophytes, savannas, grasses and trees, monsoon lands, epiphytes, tundras, mosses and lichens. Next matching. List one are the biomes and list two are the species. Coniferous forest, spruce, tropical rainforest, rubber, tropical deciduous forest, sal, temperate forest, oak. Pine trees are typically vegetation of temperate forests. Consider the following statements. Which of the above statements are correct? The taiga biome stretches across large parts of the Canada, Europe, and Asia. True. Taiga is the largest biome in the world. No false. Mention in the comments that what is the largest biome in the world. Mention that name in the comments. A lot of coniferous trees grow in the taiga. True. 1 and 3 are the correct statements. Which one of the following statements is not correct? Makeup of the soil according to proportions of sand, silt, and clay is known as soil texture. True. The way in which sand, silt, clay, and humus bond together to form beds is known as soil structure. True. The soil moisture budget is the balance of water in the soil. This is also right. A group of soil form different parent rocks and having different horizons and soil profiles is known as soil series. No, false. Well, D is the incorrect statement and A, B, C are the correct statements. Traveling from the equator towards pole, what would be the correct sequence of vegetation types you would encounter? Tropical rainforest, desert scrub, and tundra. Consider the following areas. Orinoco Basin in South America. Which of the above said areas have tropical rainforests? Okay. Orinoco Basin in South America, no, false. It doesn't have the tropical rainforests. Jair Basin in Africa, it has. New Guinea, it has. Isthmus of Central America, it also have. So 2, 3, 4 has the tropical rainforest. Option 1 does not have the tropical rainforest. The most important type forest in terms of economic value and easy exploitation is coniferous forests. A geographical area with an altitude of 400 meters has following characteristics, that is month, Jan, February, March, April, May till December. Average maximum temperature in degrees are these, and average minimum temperature are these, and rainfall is these. If this geographical area were to have a natural forest, which one of the following would it most likely be? These are the conditions related to the mountain subtropical forest. These are very rarely asked, so neglect this question if possible. If a tropical rainforest is removed, it does not regenerate quickly as compared to a tropical deciduous forest. This is because the soil of the rainforest is deficient in nutrients. Next subtopic is world grassland. Which of the following is tropical grassland? Those are savannas. Which one of the following is not a grassland? Those are selvas. Steppes, veld, and downs are the grasslands, but selvas are not the grasslands. Mention what type of land is this in the comments. The cool temperate grasslands of South America are known as pampas. The daily and annual range of temperature is a minimum in the hot desert. Llanos is the name of the tropical grassland in South America. Low latitude grasslands in South America are called pampas. Next matching. List one are the primitive people and list two are the native places. Samang, that is temperate grassland. Maasai, that is savanna grassland. Bushmen, those are hot deserts. Kyrgyz, equatorial forests. Consider the following. So the following above these are all the salient features of the natural vegetation of selvas. Broad evergreen, broad evergreen leaves, true. Shining waxy leaf surface, right. Epiphytes, true. All of these are the salient characteristics of natural vegetation of selvas. Which one of the following sets of biomes represent the right sequence in terms of increasing water deficiency? Tropical savanna, mid-latitude grassland, and the deserts. The tallest trees of the world are found in equatorial biome. Next matching, list one are the economic base and the list two are the regions. Breadbasket, prairies, big game country, savanna, mixed farming, steppes, maximum biodiversity, that is monsoon lands. Which one of the following natural regions is not correctly matched with its economic base? Canadian prairies, spring wheat cultivation, true. Argentine pampas, beef cattle ranching, true. Australian downs, nomadic herding, no false. South African world, maize growing, true. So, option C is not correctly matched. Next subtopic, that is environmental geography. Matching. List one environmental degradation. List one the constituent causing degradation. Acid rain, oxide of sulfur, automobile smoke, nitrogen oxide, ozone depletion, CFCs, those are chlorofluorocarbons, global warming, carbon dioxide. Next matching is to know the major biomes and is to know the physical characteristics. The northernmost of the temperate formations are boreal forests, that is a continuous belt across North America and northern Eurasia. Arctic tundra vegetation is forestically poor. Marine, that is pelagic division. The terrestrial biomes of the tropics, those are savanna woodlands. Next, the following forms of relationships exist between man and his environment according to the development of geographical thought. The correct sequence of the development of these forms of the relationships is correct sequence. Okay. Environmental determination, next possibilism, next neo-determinism. Next question. The concept of stop and go determinism was put forward by Griffith Taylor. Human geography is human ecology. This definition was given by Barrow. Consider the following statements regarding human geography. Which of the above statements is or are correct? It is the synthetic relationship between human societies and Earth's surface. True. It determines all those parts of geography which are not solely concerned either with physical environment or with cartography. True. It is currently dominated by numerous approaches. All of those are the right statements. With which of the following is the term Maitri associated? Antarctic Research Center. Among the following climatic factors, which one has the least effect upon terrestrial ecosystem? That is wind. Select the correct sequence of food chain in the Arctic waters from the following. Okay, correct sequence. Those are diatoms, then zooplankton, then fish, then seal, then the polar bear. Eutrophication of lakes is a consequential effect of the accumulation of nitrates and phosphates. Next is the assertion and reason. In oligotrophic lakes, high concentration of nutrients result in algae blooms. True. A higher concentration of nutrients result in higher organic productivity. This is also right. This is the correct explanation for the assertion. The transition zone between two ecosystems is called ecotone. Which one of the following system statements is not correct? The energy levels within a food chain are called trophic levels. True. In deep oceans, primary production is almost right. The primary consumers are called autotrophs. No. The decomposers are called saprotrophs. True. Third option is wrong. The statement of inactivity adopted by desert animals during the hottest and driest season is known as estivation. Which one of the following statements is correct? Some of the abiotic resources are renewable and some of the biotic resources are non-renewable. Consider the following statements. Okay, which of the following statements are correct? Majuri, the largest river island in the world, is environmentally degraded due to floods, erosion, no. Increasing population pressure, no. Development of transport activities, yes. 1 and 4. Consider the following pairs of projects and related environmental problems. Which of the above pairs are correctly matched? River Valley Project, water body induced, right? Mining project, groundwater and surface water pollution, right? Thermal power project, degradation of land, no false. 1 and 2 are correctly matched. The endangered Ridley turtles have the world's largest aggregation at Gahirmata. Raleigh of Valley, Raleigh for Valley program in India was organized to highlight the problem of environmental degradation. The first research project program which focused on the El Nino Southern Oscillation and its predictability was called Climate Variability and Predictability. Next, assertion and reason. The habitat of date palms is warm deserts with little or no rainfall. Assertion is true. Date palm is a tree of waterless desert, no false. Assertion is true, but the reason is false. The National River Conservation Directorate functions under which Union Ministry? Environment and Forest Ministry. Consider the following statements. Which of the above statements is or are correct? Montreal Protocol in the year 1987 called for the complete cut in the use of CFCs by the year 2000. False. India was signatory to the Montreal Protocol in the year 1987. No. False. When was India joined in the Montreal Protocol? Mention that in the comments. Recently, the Montreal Protocol happened in which place? And where is the headquarters of it? Mention that also in the comments. Consider the following statements. The above statements is or are correct. The boundary of the national park is circumscribed by legislation, whereas that of a biosphere reserve is not circumscribed by legislation. True. In a national park, particular attention is paid to the conservation of genie pools, whereas it is not so in the wildlife sanctuary. Both 1 and 2 are true. Among the following environmental pollutants, which one leads to the occurrence of acid rains? To the sulfur dioxide. Next assertion reason. After carbon, nitrogen is the most abundant element in the biosphere. True. Reason. Nitrogen is essential for synthesizing the living matter in nature. This is also true, but this is not the correct explanation for assertion. Which one of the following terms describes not only the physical shape occupied by an organism, but also its functional role in the community of organisms? Ecological niche. What is eutrophication? Excessive growth of algae in nutrient-rich water leading to reduced oxygen levels and the death of the many organisms. The Minamata incident, an example for environmental degradation, is due to which one of the following? Water pollution. Which one of the following is not required for the formation of photochemical smog? Carbon monoxide. The following items consist of two statements, one labeled as the assertion and the okay. Other as the reason, you have to determine these statements carefully and select the given code. The conifers are limited in species. True. The conifers are in fact the dominant trees of the mountainous district of temperate countries. Yes, true. And this is also the correct explanation for assertion. With reference to a freshwater lake, consider the following characteristics. Which of the above is are observed in a lake after its eutrophication? Okay. Richness in nutrients, right? Rapid turnover in phytoplankton, right? And depletion of dissolved oxygen. All of them are considered. Among the following greenhouse gases, the emission of which one of the following is entirely anthropogenic? CFCs. Of the solar energy coming into the biosphere, what percentage of it is actually used in the photosynthesis? Less than 1%. The wavelength of the electromagnetic wave of the spectrum is expressed in the unit angstrom. The flow of energy decreases with each successive tropic level. Storage of energy in an ecosystem is shown by the amount of living material present in both plants and animals. This is called standing crop. Consider the following statements. Okay, which of the statements above is correct? Biodiversity hotspots are located only in tropical regions. No. India has four biodiversity hotspots, that is Eastern Himalayas, Western Ghats, and Andaman Nicobar Islands. No. How many biodiversity hotspots are there in India? Mention those in the comments. These both the options are the incorrect options. Due to their extensive rich cultivation, some regions may be contributing to global warming. To what possible region or region is this attributable? Which of the given above are correct? The anaerobic conditions associated with rice cultivation cause the emission of methane, right? When nitrogen-based fertilizers are used, nitrogen oxide is emitted from the cultivated soil. This is also true. Consider the following, which can be found in the ambient atmosphere. Which of the above contribute to the warming up of the atmosphere? Okay, soot, right? Sulfur hexafluoride is also right, and water vapor. All of these will contribute to the warming of the atmosphere. In the context of carbon dioxide emission and global warming, what is the name of the market-driven device under the UNFCCC that allows developing countries to get funds or incentives from the developed countries to adopt better technologies that reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Clean Development Mechanism. The concept of carbon credit originated from which one of the following? Kyoto Protocol. Which of the following statements about radioactive pollution are correct? Okay, it causes hereditary change in animals, right? It causes disbalance among different minerals in the soil. No, it hinders blood circulation, right? It causes carcinogenesis, right? 1, 3, and 4 are the correct options. Let's stop over here. In our next reading video, we will continue with the next subtopic, that is natural regions. If at all you love the content, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.